when you start to sort of take all of this footage, you mentioned earlier when we were talking, it was upwards of 1,200 hours, and then you did shoot more. As you're going through and watching and trying to digest all of this, what are some markers that you use to sort of set aside, this is a moment that I would like to include later. This is something that absolutely has to be in. This is something that would be of interest if we can sort of fit it in somehow. What steps do you go through to sort of pare that down?
That's a good question, I think. I haven't heard that one yet.
He's smart. I think the sort of organizational process of sifting through that much footage is something that I've honed in working with Seth Gordon, our producer on this movie. I worked on King of Kong with him and sort of learned a system and then have adapted it slightly, but it's something that is like, I think the dirty little secret of documentary filmmaking is learning how to organize and quickly find your way back through the mound of footage that you usually have to find a soundbite or a moment or a scene. And so, as we were watching everything, we were sort of setting aside these moments of scenes that we liked. And then it became apparent very early on, too, that we were going to have to stick to the sort of chronology of the footage as well, because it was a degenerative disease, and we wanted to take the audience on that ride and that sort of watching the physicality and the tiredness wash over everyone. And so we, that sort of boxed us in some places, and actually in the end was a help structurally to help pare things down.
Were there moments that eventually made it into the film, Michelle, that you in the moment realized like this is probably something that's going to sort of be part of the final story, or was that not something you were even thinking about as things were going on?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I never thought about, really this project started as a project for Rivers or for our son or for our baby. We didn't know what it was, but it started as a project almost for Steve to be able to tell stories to our unborn child. And after that, we had these two guys that came on who started filming us, and became close friends, and they helped caretake and they helped with Rivers. And I really had no idea this project would get to be the size it is. I had no idea I'd be sitting in front of a crowd talking about it. So I never cared about what was being filmed and never thought, oh, this might be in the movie, because I was too busy living like life. And it was weird that we were getting filmed, but it was just kind of like, oh, this is just something fun that's happening that Steve wants to do. And so I had no really idea that it would come to this. So that's kind of the cool part. That's why I think I was so open and honest, because I didn't think something big like this would happen afterwards.